Let's take a look at this, and I'm going to take my time to walk y'all through how this weekly active user chart that Matt Piscatella posts a lot, how it depicts a lot of what's going on in terms of when a game launches. And then, we go back to the live service thing. Jacob Turkleson, the Turk, put this tweet over here. He basically is retweeting this Jin user, says, the amount of cope in this thread is outstanding. Many other PlayStation pillars charted weekly active users within their launch week. That's a fact. Death Stranding 2 did not chart. That is also a fact. Again, same energy. So I clicked this and I was like, okay, what's going on here? And this user literally drops what I think is a mine. Something that he was probably certain that, people were going to step on and it was going to pretty much go, berserk. I mean, he says, where's Death Stranding 2? Puts the weekly active user engagement chart on here on the week that Death Stranding actually launched. And, I guess the week of July 5th, ending July 5th, would that be when Death Stranding launched? Somebody, let me go ahead and verify this. Death Stranding 2 release date, so that we can actually see when that game launched. Okay, June 26th. So yes, you should be seeing Death Stranding 2 on this list if it charted, and behold, it did not chart, meaning it wasn't played as much as usual releases in that window. Now, guess what? A lot of people started to talk that this particular list is for multiplayer, not single player. And I was surprised because I was like, do you mean to tell me that a lot of people don't really know about this list? So I started posting screenshots of other weeks where single player games, like in the week of May 3rd, 2025, when Assassin's Creed Shadows, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, and Hogwarts Legacy all charted on that list. And they were single player games. Usually in the PlayStation side, you'll see from around number 10. Actually, I think I may have seen Spider-Man 2 get up to a high point. I'd have to go to Matt Piscatella's, Blue Sky page and scroll all the way. And that's like, November 2023. I'm not interested in doing that. But I remember following this data set at the time. And, a lot of people were over here saying, oh, the chart is about active users, not sales. It's about active users, not sales, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. He wasn't even saying anything about sales. He just talked about the game charting and where is Death Stranding 2. But just to, pretty much go ahead and entertain ourselves, we're going to pretty much take a look at what Matt Piscatella has been cooking all this while. So if you want to quickly distill it, just so that, some of you who, may not want to scroll through, just go to his media page. And all you got to do is just keep going all the way down. I think the one that I got that image for that week of Hogwarts Legacy and all of the others, that was May 3rd. So you got to do some scrolling and you'll get there and you'll see and realize that there are single player games. And I'm not even talking about Elden Ring Night Rain because that game is multiplayer. I'm talking about single player, like super single player, where it's like there's not a site, of any multiplayer or co-op attached to it in any way, shape, or form. Let me see. Destiny 2, Apex Legends, Rocket League, blah, blah, blah. Keep going. And yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, this is on Steam, so you're not going to see it there. Elder Scrolls Remastered Oblivion, this was April 2025. You'll see it here at number 6, where it says the top 10 games played on Xbox by monthly active users. So even a similar thing. And then this is a week where the Elder Scrolls Online. Now, Elden Ring right here, Kingdom Come Deliverance and Hogwarts Legacy. So you'll see it there. If a game does well enough in terms of its number of players, you will see a chart under, oh, this is a best-selling. Sorry, move. Where's the weekly active user? Sorry, that was best-selling. Bam, right here. Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is the weekly engagement tracker for the week of May 10th. You see it over here. So this is a single-player game. Fragpunk, I think, is a single-player game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hogwarts Legacy, this is the week of May 3rd. And if you continue to go, you're going to see single-player games actually show up. Oblivion Remastered, it charted, oh my gosh, April 26th. So you can almost go ahead and say that the popularity, oh, there we go, RoboCop Rogue City charted. Hogwarts Legacy charted. Rogue City may have gone on sale around this time, in that time period. And I'm not looking at the Xbox side. On the Xbox side, you see also some similarities with some of the titles as well. I mean, for instance, here you see Assassin's Creed Shadows. You see South of Midnight. That is a Game Pass game. You see Forza. I think there's actually a week where you see Forza in the PlayStation side, if I'm actually correct, or on the Xbox side at least. I don't know about the PlayStation side. I don't know if it charted the week that it came out. It's still, it's still in one of those avowed in, this is top 10 played games on Xbox, ranked by monthly active users. So single player games also make their way here. Avowed also made its way here. The conversation is not too complicated. Death Stranding 2 was hyped up by a lot of the talking heads on PlayStation, but it doesn't seem like the game has what I think is a lot of a following. It's not like, it's not as if to say the game is not fun or is not good or whatever it is. It's just that it didn't chart. That's all. Now, have there been PlayStation games that charted? Yeah, a lot of first-party games have charted. I think God of War Ragnarok, that was one that had a big, huge charting. And I think Spider-Man 2, like I said, you'll see that where there are heavy cadence. In fact, I'm not going to be shocked if Ghost of Yotei tracks as well, too, because heavy marketing can push these games to a place where you're going to see them on, on these particular, platforms and the conversation and such. So there's no need for any of the running around and getting upset. I think a lot of people started to get real heated in this whole conversation. It's like, no. There's no reason to do that. Just, take your time, relax. The Death Stranding 2 talk is only on Twitter. People who are playing it, but it appears that most of you on Twitter, you're just talking about it. That's all it is. And, we all already knew that most people, they would rather play on Twitter and they would rather basically, be yelling about the games on these forums and stuff. But in reality, what games are being played week in, week out, it continues to show from the data set that the games that are getting the most playtime are the live service games. Anywhere you look, even when you look on Xbox, you see the exact same thing. I mean, we're scrolling month after month after month, and those lists just look almost exactly the same, with Fortnite and Call of Duty basically swapping places with number 1 and number 2, and then GTA and Roblox and freaking Marvel Rivals, continue to share the remaining 3 to 5, tiers on the bottom of them. This is the problem that games are facing today, more than anything else. Well, I shouldn't say more than anything else. Saturation is one, and then you now have these games that have basically unlocked the formula of, majority of gamers. Let me go ahead and just let you know, many gamers don't want to sit there and basically grind for many hours for, a diverse set of video games. They'd rather keep their progression and progress in a handful of games. So once they're in that ecosystem, if that game is not, say, maybe a one and done game that they have some affinity to, they're going to stick with the games that they usually play. For instance, like I would say, make a Jedi game, I'll play it. I'll play it multiple times. Make a Batman game, I'll play it multiple times. But I have the games that I like my progression to stay and be in. I'll be playing my Mortal Kombat. I'll be playing my Division game. You know what I mean? I'll be visiting those other single player games, but I'm back in my own little, continuous black hole game as well. And many of you, like, if you add me on whatever console platforms or Steam, I'll see the games that you play, and I'm going to be seeing that you're pretty much going to be revisiting these games, and that's just the reality. So now every game has got to fight for your attention and fight for your money, and it's this reality that we're trying to point out to anybody who may be fanboying and saying, nah, your game is not that special. It's not back in the day when, there weren't many games being developed. Now there are games everywhere. So before somebody would even dream of saying, I want to go spend $70 for Death Stranding 2, well, the PlayStation Store sale is kicking off is it off? Is it on yet? The summer sale. There it is. The PlayStation summer sale is now here. So Death Stranding 2 now has to also deal with sales on the platform that it's launched exclusively on. What a, what a strange conundrum. Let me see. Where are the games? Let's see. Deals right here. Right? Everything has been discounted now. So somebody has to look at their wallet and say, including Forza 5 and MLB The Show and Assassin's Creed and FC Soccer at $214 and Red Dead Redemption 2 and everything, right? Everyone's got to be like, oh, crud. Can I buy 4 games with that $60 they're asking me for? And if the answer is yes, some people are going to put their money into 4 games. This is exactly what it is that we're talking about. So can you imagine, Hideo Kojima's game asking you for, for $60 when you can just, like, if I were to come on here and I say, you know what, I want to buy a PlayStation game, right? I would rather spend $16 because I have a PlayStation Plus subscription still active for The Division, but I play Mortal Kombat on I play on my PC and I play crossplay. But sometimes I'll triple dip into a game that I play constantly. So if I want to go ahead and basically, play on PlayStation, because I like playing against PlayStation players. There's a lot more PlayStation players and their sweats. They kind of make you get better. It's just what it is. So if I wanted to basically be like, you know what, I just want to matchmake with only PlayStation players, it's easier to do than to do crossplay. So now you can't filter me away from the PlayStation player base. And I did it with Mortal Kombat 11. I can just pay $16 here, my character, and the cameo that I like. Well, two of the cameos I like using don't need the expansion or the DLC. I'll just go with Sector or what's the name? I forgot the name of the other one. In fact, just with Sector and Baraka, I'm Gucci. Or if I take what's her name, Lee May and Frost, that's it. That's all I need. I don't need anything, flashy. And I can go in here and I can jump on a lot of matches and such. So this is a very big wake-up call and a reality pill for a lot of people who have basically championed exclusivity and then are finding out that it's just been a waste of their time. Comment section. Thanks for watching. Peace out.